This is Good Morning Mumbai with HrishiKay.
I'm sorry, I've been so engrossed in Mark Inglis' story that I didn't ask for any questions from you guys. But I'll tell you what, you could still use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, HrishiKay, and facebook.com/radio1.mum, and you could drop it in the timeline inbox and maybe post the show. I'd still tweet back to you asking Mark if those questions come in. But Narayan Kannan, thank you so much. Despite me not bringing it up, you've asked a question. Mark, does cinema accurately portray or capture the struggles and challenges of mountaineering? Has any in the past impressed you for its realism? Please answer that.
Only two, really, at the start. Documentary-wise, Everest Beyond the Limit, Discovery Channel. They filmed our expedition, not because of me, just because of the expedition. And that was the first true insight into the challenge of Everest. And then most recently, the movie all about the May of 1996, when two of my very good friends, Andy and Rob, both died. Everest, the movie, has just come out, and it is the closest that you'll ever see to Hollywood and realism merging together to tell an amazing story, a tragic story, but they did it superbly well.
And you did consult on one too. Which one is that?
I've done some consulting on movies, yes, and including The Vertical Limit. Yeah, that's the...
I have to say that Mark's summiting Everest was also not without an incident. And if you could just hold up your fingers in front of the camera, there was frostbite. How many degrees was it when you climbed Everest?
It was a very cold day for us. It was minus 50. 2006 was a difficult year. 11 people died on Everest. You know, there was one person died on the day that we summited. I couldn't help him, unfortunately, for that. I often get blamed. But it was so cold that I had frostbite in my fingers. I've lost the tips of 5, I guess. You know, as I say, I can't do a high 5 anymore, but I can do a high 3.5.
Yeah, that's a wonderful positive way of looking at it. Just to fill the gaps in, you said you were a winemaker, and then, obviously the Paralympic silver medal happened, and of course you summited Cook many times, and eventually Everest, but in between there was life as a scientist.
Yes, I was very lucky. It's when I had my legs cut off back in 1982, you couldn't be a double amputee search and rescue mountaineer. It just wasn't done. So I had to do something else. So I retrained. I got a degree. I've got a first class honours degree in human biochemistry, and I was a scientist. I'm a molecular geneticist by trade. So I work on people's DNA, looking at for many years on how to detect childhood leukemia early. And so I worked in a medical school in Christchurch in New Zealand, and I did that up until I saw an advert in the paper, and it was for a winemaker, and I thought, I'd like to do that. And so one of the great things I've had is the ability to look beyond what I'm doing into the next thing. And so I'm the world's worst employee, show me something once, and once I have it nailed, I need to do something else. So, which is why I spend a lot of my time working around the world helping people change.
Lovely. If you want Mark to speak at your community or wherever you deem it fit, so it's info@speakingminds.com, 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 and it would definitely be life transforming. Listen, this has been special. Thank you very much for rolling in. I've got to ask you the cliched question, but not cliched in your case. Future plans.
It's just so difficult. I always dread the question, what are you doing next? No more big mountains. I've lost too many bits. So no more big mountains, but there are other big mountains in so many other different ways. And one is to transform people's thinkings into what is disability. Well, it's actually ability with 3 letters tacked on the front. Get rid of those 3 letters. Everyone has ability. Let's celebrate the ability of others. And we need to put some resources in, but that should always create ability, and that's my real challenge for life.
Thank you very much, Mark. Cheers. Thank you. It's Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy.